God is hungry for love. If you feed the hungry, God will be happy. Nature is our beauty, intellectual, cognitive and even holds the key to spiritual satisfaction. God is great because He created man. All in God's door there is an account of your actions. God is in every particle, yet humans call them temples. Mosques, churches and gurudwaras are searched, get words for free. As you will use that is the price you will have to pay. If God exists, we must see Him. If there is a soul, we have to directly experience it. You should do it, otherwise trust them. It's better not to do it. It is better to be an atheist than to be a hypocrite. Just as a candle without fire can't burn, in the same way a person. Spiritual life is incomplete without it. I have seen everything. He closed his eyes. Whatever God takes from us, He always doubles it back. Karam is good for you. Destiny is your maid. If your intention is good, then Mathura Kashi is in the house. Don't tell the Lord that the problem is formidable. Rather, tell the problem that the Lord is near me. If God were happy by fasting, so He was hungry for many days. A beggar would have been the luckiest person if deeds are good to you. Then luck is your maidservant, if the niyat is good for you. Then there is Mathura and Kashi in the house, according to the scriptures. Even the one who blasphemes, he is as guilty as the doer. There are 7 blows a week and the 8th is your family. Unless the 8th blow is fine, your 7 blows are useless. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, man also cannot live without a spiritual life. If you want to achieve something in life, then learn to bow down. The bucket that descends into the well bends, only then does she bring water. When someone leaves both your hand and your side, so God hold your finger. He definitely sends someone or the other, from that atmosphere of spirituality. It has nothing to do with where you live, it's about that environment. What you create inside yourself. Sound can reach only up to the ears. And silence can reach only up to the sky. God is not a person, He is the entire existence. If you live with love, then you are living a great life. Because love is what makes life great. There is a famine of love, respect and honor in the entire world. Because everyone wants to take but no one wants to give. Go into your mind, analyze your mind, somewhere you have deceived yourself. You should keep your love incomplete, the end is hidden somewhere in completeness. Whatever I have learned, I have to forget it all. The search is my own, God is just an excuse. I am the silence between your two words. Don't ask me again who I am. I left the mosque and came to the temple. I had no home or address. Wherever I went, I became one of that place. Man is very dishonest. He even prays, but knows deep inside that nothing is going to happen. The game will go on. The only question is whether you are playing with life or life with you. All other relationships of love are just one. They are worthless customs that have been filled inside you. Sacrifice doesn't mean giving up. Sacrifice means being awake and seeing that I don't have anything. How can I leave it? The anxiety to get something and the fear of losing it. Is this all that the journey of life is? When I release my weaknesses and blind spots to God, He uses them to help me grow up spiritually. If you do a good job for others, you heal yourself at the same time, because a dose of joy is a spiritual cure. It transcends all barriers. You'll never be able to grow if you're afraid to lose people during the process. Sometimes past relationships don't belong in new seasons. The hardest thing to ever do is to reveal the naked soul to the world. However, in doing so brings healing, growth, strength, and powerful inspiration. An intentional spiritual dietary plan is as essential to your spiritual growth as a deliberate dietary plan is fundamental to your physical well-being. Spiritual development is not an accomplishment but a way of life. It is an orientation that brings its own rewards, and what is important is the direction of one's motives. Serious spiritual practice is more than serene walks in the woods, lit candles, and incense. You have to be committed. You have to be willing to enter into your own darkness and transcend it. If a man does not exercise his arm, he develops no biceps muscle, and if a man does not exercise his soul, he acquires no muscle in his soul, no strength of character, no vigor of moral fiber, nor beauty of spiritual. Spiritual maturity is measured in terms of persevering faith, not perfect behavior. Spiritual maturity is marked by being comfortable with the unpredictability of God. To me, growing into spiritual maturity is becoming less self-conscious and more God-conscious. Spiritual maturity is not knowing what to do with your whole life, but just knowing what to do next. In our busy lifestyle, losing touch with the deeper and meaningful aspects of life is easy. Sometimes we lose track and lead a mechanical life. We may not understand it in the beginning. Here comes the importance of spiritual quotes. They are most like a reminder or a signboard that shows the right direction. Spiritual quotes offer a powerful tool to reconnect with our inner selves and find inspiration. Here are a few more of the top best spiritual quotes in English that can inspire and uplift your soul. The soul is here for its own joy. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. The spiritual journey is individual, highly personal. It can't be organized or regulated. It isn't true that everyone should follow one path. Listen to your own truth. The only way out is in. The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself. Spirituality is not to be learned by flight from the world, or by running away from things, or by turning solitary and going apart from the world. Rather, we must learn an inner solitude wherever or with whomsoever we may be. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. You are never too old to set another. Imagine a positive reminder to boost your day. That's what the spiritual message of the day. Spiritual quotes have the power to impact the person's life positively. The important factor is it's not about reading the spiritual quotes. Instead, one must take some action according to the quote. Apply it in daily life to experience tremendous changes. Let's